Hello, everyone. It's 142 days to the 2023 election. On the 25th of February 2023, you are going to decide who becomes the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as well as deciding the people that go to the National Assembly. A week after that, you get to also decide who are the people that will become the respective executive governors and also members of the state houses of assembly. One of the things that we do a lot is that we neglect the legislative arm of government, and the legislative arm of government is actually the bedrock of democracy. Yes, they make laws, they have oversight functions, and also they hold the executive accountable. So please be very mindful of the people that we're sending to the legislative arm of government. If you want a new constitution, restructuring, and all of that, some other laws that you want, is actually the legislative arm of government that will do that for you. In the meantime, remember, we do this. We read through the Electoral Act, and right now we are on Section 13 of the Electoral Act 2022. Subsection 1 of Subsection 13 of the Electoral Act 2022 says, by the way, this section is talking about transfer of registered voters. So one says, a person who before the election is resident in a constituency other than the one in which he or she was registered may apply to the resident electoral commissioner of the state where he or she is currently resident for his or her name to be entered on the transferred voters list for the constituency. 2. An application under subsection 1 shall be accompanied by a copy of the applicant's voter's card and shall be made not later than 90 days before the date of the election in the constituency where the applicant is resident. So please, you have up to 90 days if you're doing transfer. If registration might have stopped wherever, if there's a need for transfer of that, you have up to now, until we get, you have about let's say roughly 53 days. You have that to be able to do this. Please do it if you need to. And then 3, the resident electoral commissioner to whom an application is made under this section shall cause the applicant's name to be entered in the transferred voters list if he or she is satisfied that the applicant is resident in a polling area in the constituency and is registered in another constituency. So we have 4, that's subsection 4 of section 13 of the Electoral Act 2020 says, whenever an electoral officer on the direction of the resident electoral commissioner enters the name of any person on the transferred voters list for his or her constituency, he or she shall A, assign that person to a polling station or a polling area in his or her constituency and indicate in the list and the polling the polling area or polling station to which that person is assigned. B, issue the person with a new voter's card and retrieve his or her previous voter's card. And C, send a copy of the entry to the electoral officer of the constituency where the person whose name has been so entered was originally registered, and upon receipt of this entry, that electoral officer shall delete the name from the voters list. So that is it for section 13. We'll continue to read through the Electoral Act, and please, if you've not done this already, get your soft copy or your hard copy like I have, and let's do this reading. Opportunity for every one of us to learn every day. The more knowledgeable you are, the more empowered you are. So thank you so much for listening and watching. Bye.